Penta for, this is a really smart strat. It's really good. I highly advise it. I'm going to throw my own spin on it, and we're going to do a full setup strat for basement. We're going to go over everything in the basement. Peace out, you did ya? I'm going to show you every position you need to play in order to hold this basement. Now, obviously, in ranked, it's not going to work, but hopefully, maybe it'll work for your team, okay? And this is really common. Everybody in the Pro League knows about this one. And again, it originally was a Penta. I will be throwing my own spin on it, that my team came up with. My team and myself, we all came up with this together. But it is, the baseline idea of it comes from Penta. And it's basically, it's a turtle strat. It's really simple, really easy, all right? Okay. So I'm just going to do the setup first, and then I'll explain it in detail, okay? When you're in a team and run strats and then team and ranked, it's GG easy. Yeah, Dan, definitely. Did we get a raid? I don't think we got a raid. I think we're just, I think we just have a lot of viewers. But thank you so much for being here, guys, by the way. Hey, Juva, thanks for the $5 donation. Yes, I'm guessing you're glad to see a setup strat. Thanks for being here, man, and thank you for the donation. Alright, so this might take a while. I just gotta open up this wall, guys. Give me a sec. Alright. So typically speaking, you'll have this reinforced, that reinforced, this reinforced, that reinforced. You'll have this reinforced right here, that reinforced right there, and that's sometimes, depending on the team you're on. And make sure the drops are also reinforced. So that'll be... Hey, thanks for the $15 donation. Show us the world, Kix. I will definitely try, man. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, man. Thanks for your support, guys. I really appreciate it. All right. So what's going to happen here is your smoke player or anyone with a shotgun is going to open up this hole. These will be reinforced, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, and then the drops. So that's all of your reinforcements. That's 10. So this is a strat that relies on everyone having all of your reinforcements set up. There will be murder holes in this wall, and there are multiple different ways you can play this wall. So we'll just go over this. We're gonna say this is the first position. So we'll go over the first position. So one of the ways you can play it is elevated up here. I'm gonna open up more than you typically should, and basically from here you can see the door. Right? You can see it from here too. You can also open up like this. You can see the door. And, obviously this will be reinforced. Or, you could play it from up here. And, you could see lockers. You can also open up a hole here to see the door. And you can see those positions. You know, this is all a dynamic thing. I think, honestly, you should probably play multiple different positions. You can move around in this position. You can play everything. You know, mix it up. Throw them off track. I'm sorry about the sniffles, guys. That's position 1. This is position 2. So position 2 made a lot easier this season by impact grenades. This strat in general is made easier by impact grenades. I wish I had another one because this piece of debris is not moving. But basically from this position, you can see the door and you're the main guy. Basically your job here, you're in charge of holding A. You should also open up a murder hole here, just like one right there to deny that plant spot. So you're in charge of holding A. So basically you have to deny people from running in through that door, and you have to shoot them as they do so, right? And another thing to keep in mind is that nobody plays on this strat. During this strat, nobody should be in A. Nobody. What you want to do is you want to just dump all the barbed wire in here. Fucking barbed wire, all this shit, just fucking everywhere. And typically speaking, people will try to plant in right back here. So if you have a smoke on your team, after he's opened up the wall, what I would say is it's best to have a smoke device just in this corner. So when they go for the plant, when they start planting in this corner, you can just smoke them off, and that'll help you out a lot. So anyway, so this is position 2. Now you deny A, and you're also responsible for denying the stairs. So impact grenades make this a thing. It used to be that you had to use C4 to do this, because you have to use an explosive in order to get rid of this little piece of wood in between these green crates. But now that you have impact grenades, you can just use one impact grenade and completely get rid of it. So this is client-side debris, obviously, so it makes it a little bit harder to see. It won't be like this every time. It'll be random how the client-side debris turns out. But it turned out pretty shitty for us this time. But basically, you can see that you can still see the sliver there, and you can shoot through this client-side debris. As you can see, my bullets are landing where they should, and you're pretty much safe from this angle. It's really hard to reciprocate fire from an angle like that. So if you're an attacker and you're coming at it from this angle, like, you're not really seeing a guy who's through that slit, right? You will get the jump on the guy coming down the stairs, and it's a really good angle, I think. This is an angle not a lot of people use. This is another dirty thing that pretty much nobody in the Pro League knows about right now. This right here, not many people use it, like I said. So this is actually new shit. So like, if you're a ranked player, you start using this, you are gonna throw pro players off their game. They're gonna be like, "What is happening right now? Like, what is this shit?" So anyway, this spot's pretty good. Impact grenade, and then you're controlling stairs and A. So that's position 2. From position 1, you're controlling A. From position and lockers, from position 2, you're controlling A and the stairs. So what's position 3? So it used to be there would be a guy with a shotgun playing on these stairs, but a lot of people, over trial and error, most teams decided that this was a bad position to play and to just submit stairs to the attackers. So that right there, that spot, is actually really important. So let's go over what's next. So that's 1, 2. So position 3 is you're playing a dynamic role. So this is Smoke's position. Basically, Cat will wreck that spot, though. You're probably right. Yeah, no, everything's counterable. This is just a strat. I am detailing the strat for you. Hey, Crispy Say, thank you so much for the $15 donation. Interruptions, you're damn right, interruptions, but thank you so much. Thanks for showing your support. So I want to just stop. I'm going to stop the strat for a second to explain to you guys that yes, this is a strat. And yes, it is counterable. And yes, there are ways to beat it. And if you guys have the inside knowledge, when you find yourself coming up against a strat like this, of course you'll know how to counter it. This is a pretty common strat. And my explaining it to you, but I wanted you to understand that every strat is counterable. There is not a strat in the game that is invincible or can't be beaten. So yeah, sure, Capitao beats that spot. Play somewhere else. Figure it out. That's how this game works. It is dynamic and it changes all the time. I am showing you a setup strat, a basic setup strat that you can employ, but it doesn't work 100% of the time, and that's just how it is. That's how this game is. Alright, so position 3 is the guy in lockers. So the guy in lockers, basically what he's doing is, okay, well the timer's about to run out, but I'll explain it. So basically what he's doing is he's holding the drop from ladder, right? And he's also working on lockers. But it's ill-advised for him to really challenge lockers. And it's a difficult position to challenge, Like, if you're a guy on lockers and you have the beat on the ladder door, you're more than likely going to win that engagement. So, honestly, I wouldn't really advise it. If you're playing in lockers, or in ladder, I would just say, just focus on the ladder. That's your job. That's all you need to do. You need to sit here, behind these barrels, and deny people from dropping down this ladder. That's your whole job. They thermite above you, of course you have to move. That's just how it is. This is a basic setup strat. Alright, so, 4th position. So we have 3 positions out of the way. We have green box, we have inside B, we have ladder, and then we have the 4th position. This is Smoke's position. It is a completely dynamic role. So, Smoke's this is going to be his starting position, sitting in this corner, right? This is what he's going to be doing for most of his life in a round, okay? Now, what he needs to do is he needs to use his instincts and his game sense to assist people who need assistance based upon the situation. Now, let's say the ladder guy is being challenged, right? And he's getting suppressed by someone up there. But you can see the bullet tracers. You can see the guy up there. Let's just go up there real quick. This guy right here is aiming at your teammate in the corner. So you're over there. That he's holding this angle, right? So what you can do as the Smoke playing in this position is you can go ahead and while he's shooting at that guy, not before, but while he's shooting at your teammate, just bait him out. Peek him out, kill him while he's shooting at your teammate. You can even wide peek him if he's playing a super safe angle. If you know where a guy is shooting, there is no reason why you shouldn't peek them. No reason at all. Assuming you're not peeking into their spray pattern, of course. Anyway, so that's one of the things you can do. Also, if one of your guys like green box or in B dies, you can go and take up their position. If your ladder guy dies, you can stay in ladder room. Now, another thing that you're going to be doing as Smoke is you are the last line of defense. You are the last line of defense to hold A. Now, remember how I said nobody's playing an A, and it's the responsibility of the guy playing green box, that's green box. It's the responsibility of the guy playing green box and the responsibility of the guy playing B. It's their responsibility to deny people for coming through this door when this wall is wide open. They are entirely responsible for that. And again, tons of barbed wire. Almost all your barbed wire should be in here. Positions like this. If they fail and somebody gets by them, and it happens, you know, I've missed people getting by me. I'm a green box player. That's my position on the team, or was my position on the team. If they fail and they get by those guys, what needs to happen, or like say they smoke up. So the way to attack this strat is to smoke this door, smoke right here, and smoke right here. Completely cuts off everything. That's the way we countered this strat when people used it against us. But so say they do that, right? You're the last line of defense. You are responsible for denying them access to the bomb site. Now what's going to happen is the guy's going to either plant here, which if he does, he's not safe from the guy's green box and he should die. He's going to try and plant here like a sneaky little motherfucker, and if he does, the guy green box is responsible for killing this guy, running out from green box and killing him in the corner, or he's going to plant here. Or, you know, sometimes they plant here too, but it's not a good position. So most people will plant here in this corner, nice and safe and snug, you know, protected from everyone. Now, if they have smokes down, the green box guy can run out and spam through that wall, get the headshot. I've done that plenty of times. It works, right? If they don't have smokes down, it's then your responsibility to deny this plant. Now, remember when I said smoke should always have a smoke somewhere around here? That's you. Smoke. Responsible for this. As the last line of defense, you need to detonate that smoke, kill the guy. Is very informative strat talk, chillest stream ever. Thank you so much, Shadow Games. Thank you for your $5 donation, man. I really, truly appreciate it. But let's try and get this strat over with before the timer runs out. Okay, guys? Thank you again. Let's get it going. Alright, so smoke detonates a smoke, the guy dies, hopefully. And then if you cannot kill the guy with your smoke, you have to play close. Now this is really dangerous. As the smoke player, you are technically safe here. And I would advise, by the way, as a defender, having a piece of barbed wire here and a piece of barbed wire here to deny people rushing into green box or rushing into anywhere, really, from just, like, running in there. Like, people will do that. So anyway, from here, technically you are safe from every angle. You can't be killed right here, technically. But it's a very dangerous situation because if you peek out here, you're dead, right? So it's hugging this wall, technically you're safe, and technically you can deny the plant, right? All you have to do is lug your smokes. Lug your smokes in there as safely as possible and try and deny the plant. And this will go, that's basically how a smoke's position works. Alright, last position. Position number 5. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. What should position number 5 be? How can they really play it? And, because like every position down here is taken, right? That's totally up to you guys. There are so many ways the 5th player can play their position. So many different things, and it's really up to you guys how you feel the enemy is taking your strat. That's how you do this, alright? So, first position, one way that number 5 can do it, he can bandit the lockers. Now, this works against some teams, not all teams. What my team would do is like, okay, they don't have a Thatcher, banditing lockers. It's happening, alright? If they do have a Thatcher, don't bandit lockers. You're exposed. It's dangerous, right? You know, there's a lot of different ways you can play it. So you can bandit locker. You can go full roam. Now, if you do go full roam... Oh, okay, let's explain locker first. If you do play lockers, you have to keep in mind, we call this ash spot. So this will typically the whole top end of that will be completely open. And if it is completely open, you have to be careful not to get shot. So you're typically going to hide here. And you cannot deny delivery. This is called delivery on my team. This is the call. So you cannot deny people from taking this. There is no way to deny the attackers from getting this. The reason being is when they have this open, they have an angle to, like, they can see all of this. So you can't run up and bandit it. It's impossible because they'll just kill you. So, delivery, they get open for free. Don't put your battery on it. Don't try to bandit it. It's theirs. It's that delivery is their bitch. You cannot change that. So, basically, you have to ignore that, and you have to try and keep yourself safe from that. And this is the best position to keep safe from that. And if you want to bandit these lockers actively, you need, first of all, a Jaeger here. And you also need to make sure that you have some barbed wire at the base of delivery. And you will hear them, if they come in through delivery, you will hear them. It'll be a nice loud thud. You'll hear ka-thunk. So you will have time before they rush you here at this position. But typically, barbed wire is going to make your life a lot easier there. So if you're playing here, they can nade over that. They can try and rush you from delivery, try and kill you from delivery. You know, it's a dangerous situation to be in, but it is feasible. Now, I would not advise typically abandoning lockers. It's a really dangerous position. Only do it if you're really confident in yourself. But otherwise, it's not a great position. Now, the other option you have as number 5, player number 5, is you could just sit in the site close to one of your players' positions. Like, just sit in B and wait for one of your teammates to die and fill their role. Just take up their position, you know, be the extra padding on the armor of your defense. You know, don't let people, so like say your green box player dies, just throw yourself into his position. Not necessarily exactly as he dies, because then you're probably going to die too, but you know what I mean. Take up his role, fulfill his position. So the other thing you can do is, as the 5th player, is you can, what you can do is you can go ahead and just full on roam. Just full on roam. Now, if you're going to full on roam, here's what you need to know. Here's what you need to know. If you're going to full on roam on Hereford basement defense, I'm sorry, my camera's getting fuzzy. There we go. If you're going to full on roam on camera basement defense, and I'm sorry, by the way, that I'm not reading the chat. I know I normally read the chat, guys. I want to get this over with so we can move on to something else. If you're going to full on roam on basement Hereford defense, what you need to know is that you cannot just use the stairs. That's fucking suicide. If you're gonna just use the stairs to full on roam, you may as well just not roam. It's like you're just gonna die. You may waste their time, you may distract them, but you're just gonna die. So what you need to know is you need to have this drop open. You need to have this drop open. You need to have every drop that doesn't need to be reinforced to the basement open. That way you have you can move. Also, if you are if the enemy's team is really good at catching roamers, not only this drop, but you should also have somebody impact grenade this wall right here. This wall needs to be impact grenaded. That way, what you could do, let's say you do a peek out, right? Keep doing it, please. Yeah, we can keep doing this if you guys want me to keep doing it, no problem. Anyway, so let's say you do a peek out, right? You open up this door, you peek through this crack, you kill the guys in delivery. By the way, we call this down here, we call that delivery, or gangway, whatever you want to call it. So we kill we don't call that delivery. Oh my god, we call that gangway. Delivery is the wall. Delivery is the wall I showed you guys earlier. So anyway, you kill some guys in gangway, right? And you're like, okay, they know where I am, or you don't kill them, whatever. You give away your position, they know that you're roaming, right? So what they're gonna do, immediately, what they're gonna do, is they're gonna open up this front door, and they're gonna try and cut off your rotation by staring at these stairs. They might stare at them from, like, way back there. You know, they might stare at whatever. They're going to try and cut off your rotation, right? So, as they cut off your rotation, what you need to do is, like, not go stairs, because that's fucking suicide. That's why you need to have your drops open. You typically don't want to drop into sandbags, because they can open up this wall as well, and watch for that drop. Now, it's good to have it open, though, for options. Now, what you want to do is you want to drop through this, have this impact grenaded, so you can just drop through that, and you can just, like, vault through that, and then, bam! You're right back in sight. You're safe. You're good. You killed someone in gangway, and you got away with it scot-free. Bam. There you go. That's one way to roam. Another way to roam, just in general, is to not go for picks. Now, I know a lot of people think that roaming is incredibly important. Like, you have to get picks, right? You have to kill people. That's not true. You don't have to kill people. It doesn't work as well in ranked because there's 4 minutes, but in like in a pro league and in a go for, there's 3 minutes on the timer. Now, running down the timer is typically speaking the most important role for a roamer to fulfill, right? So remember when I showed you the exit, and you don't necessarily want to use that exit immediately. You want to use that exit before they cut it off, and before they actually hunt you down. So if you find them really hard pressuring you immediately, like they're going for you on second floor, they start opening windows on the floor, they're repelling, they're just trying to fucking kill you, they don't give a fuck, they're just throwing their bodies at you, and you can't handle it, then yes, use the rotation, get the hell out of there. But if they take their time, hey, you did, yeah, can you make these strats you go through, put on YouTube? Yeah, I'll probably take this VOD, and I'll probably post it on YouTube. Thank you for the $1 donation. But if you're roaming, you kill a guy in gangway, you do what we talked about, you peek out, you kill a guy in gangway, and you see the guy, they're not pressuring you at all, they're not trying to kill you at all, they're taking their time about it, they're being methodical, they're droning you out, that's fine. Let them do that. Let them waste their time. Let them imagine you as the most important thing in the game, okay? And then when they start pressuring you, when they actually start going for you, make sure you, if they might cut off your retreat, if they're about to cut off your retreat, bail the fuck out. But if they don't cut off your retreat and they just start pressuring you as a roamer, then you retreat. But waste as much time as possible. Super important. Anyway, that's the basement defense. I went over position 1, green box, covering A. Position 2, in B, covering A and covering lockers. And position 3, which was, what was that? Oh yeah, a ladder room, protecting the ladder. That's all that person's job is. Very important. You want to probably put the least skillful player on your team on that position. Number 4, smoke. Now, it has to be smoke, and he's responsible for opening the wall. He's also responsible for putting a smoke in the corner, and then he is the last line of defense for denying sight in case they get by the 2 guys at green box and B. Position 5, roaming, playing the lockers, doing whatever. So that's basement defense on Hereford, guys. I hope it worked out for you. Or I hope you learned something. Well, it worked out for you. You haven't tried it yet, I'm sure. But I hope you learned something from it. I hope you can get some information from that. And, yeah. So, what else can we go over?